Hello guys, welcome to Sporty Affairs. This is Mithilesh and I have with me Narendra on the side. In our next segment, we'll be discussing about Chennai Super Kings. Yes, we are talking about a team which went into most number of finals, even lost most number of finals, but shockingly they finished seventh in last year's edition of IPL. Like things just didn't go well for Dhoni's personnel, and definitely they would get into this auction looking to buy some good players to support their team. Uh, Interesting fact was they already bought Robin Uthappa before the auction as a trade from Rajasthan Royals. So definitely they were looking to strengthen their team so that it will help them in this year's edition. So Narendra, what do you think about the signings and who do you think are going to make in the playing 11?
So CSK is the second most successful team in the IPL after Mumbai Indians. They were going for just one overseas squad to fill in this auction and few of the Indian based option. So they chose to fill in with Moeen Ali. As we all know, Dhoni's approach is Dhoni loves to have options. Dhoni loves to have options, but I think he's got too many options in terms of spin, in terms of bowlers. He's just looking a pool of bowlers to pick from in his starting 11. He got Ravindra, Jadeja, Moeen Ali, then we have Shardul Thakur as a pace bowler, and Lungi, Ngidi, Mitchell Santner. All these are bowlers, and we can go on and on and on, and there are just so many number of bowlers in the current squad. Even they paid around 9.25 crores for Krishnappa Gautam, and he's another all-rounder who can pitch in with certain number of overs. Overall, squad is looking good, but there are some questionable decisions such as getting Cheteshwar Pujara and letting go of Kedar Jadhav, and then again bringing up Robin Uthappa. So it's like a like-to-like replacement. They are not players with so much of awe around them that they can take the entire team out of a difficult situation in a T20 format. Robin Uthappa was not playing well in the last IPL. Same goes with Cheteshwar Pujara. Cheteshwar Pujara most of the times were on the bench. I'm not sure whether he played a single match in the last year's IPL. So why did they let go of Kedar Jadhav and brought in two players of same caliber who might not be even featured in this edition of IPL? They do have good option in terms of overseas players. Fab du Plessis is there, Sam Curran is there. Sam Curran opened the inning last year, plus pitch in with the good bowling effort towards the end and in the beginning overs as well. He gives the swing option where the ball is swinging. So considering if the matches are happening in Mumbai as per the speculation, then so much swing happening in the early on overs in the Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium and Brabourne Stadium being closer to the sea, that will help them taking out few of the overs from these big bowlers. What do you think, Mithilesh? Did pretty well in this auction, and what do you think their starting 11 looks like?
Yeah, I completely agree with you on the fact that they have a pool of bowlers to choose from. You forgot to mention even Ravindra Jadeja. That player is also there in the team. So I'm not sure whether Dhoni will be going onto the field with like 8 bowlers or something. But speaking of the options which you mentioned, the overseas options, let's not forget they only have 4 spots remaining to fill those areas. And assuming Faf du Plessis would be the one, opening the innings. So that spot is guaranteed. Now, Dwayne Bravo didn't feature much last year because of his injury. So if he's fit and raring to go, he is definitely a guaranteed starter. Now they have Josh Hazlewood and Lungi Ngidi. I'm not sure Dhoni would go for both of them, maybe one of them, because they already have Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur as able bowling options. So it will be really interesting to see what Dhoni, plays. Like what is his strength? Will he go for an all-spin attack or, a mix and match of bowlers? Because they have very good all-rounders too in their team, like Mitchell Santner, Sam Curran, and Dwayne Bravo. The one thing which kind of, was surprising for me was they didn't go for a hard-hitting opener, because if you see CSK over the years, Watson and du Plessis duo were lethal. Like they used to play for almost like 8 to 10 overs and set up a foundation which will be, exploited by Raina, Dhoni and co lower down the order. Now, Ambati Rayudu might be opening the innings with Faf du Plessis. So that gives them little less depth, I would say, in the middle overs. So maybe Moeen Ali would fill that void by coming in the middle overs. But I personally feel that they should have gone for somebody like David Malan in the opening order to complement du Plessis. What do you think about that, Narendra?
I completely agree with you. I think that's the reason why they went for Glenn Maxwell initially on, but his price was getting too high and they pulled out towards the end. Apart from that, the another option is Ruturaj Gaikwad to open the innings and Ambati Rayudu to come down the order so that they can have that balance. Then we can have Suresh Raina third, fourth, fifth, sixth pick themselves up. Dhoni, Ambati Rayudu, Dhoni, Jadeja. Those are the three guys, and then towards the order you have your spin bowling attack, Imran, Tahir or Moeen Ali. One of them will definitely feature, and you still have few of the overseas option like Ngidi and Mitchell Santner who can play the part of 9 or 10 in lower down the order in terms of bowling and batting as well. So let's see how things goes for CSK, whether Dhoni magic can help them to bring the IPL trophy back again in Chennai. So let's move on to the next segment of what they needed and what they bought. So Mithilesh, what do you think they needed in the auction and what they bought, overpriced or at normal price?
Yeah, so they had about like 7 players to fill and about 23 crores remaining in the purse, but only one overseas spot left, and I think so they went all in for Moeen Ali. They, like you mentioned, they even went for Glenn Maxwell, but the price was too high. But I think so instead of that, they should have gone for an opening batsman, which would have definitely helped the team. Also, middle order is decent, I would say. Not that great. I mean, it all depends on how much form Bravo is in. So maybe an alternate all-rounder, like a fast bowling all-rounder, could have been their way to go. They didn't need anybody in the bowling department because, like we discussed before, they had ample bowling options. So I think so they should have gone for an opener and maybe a hard-hitting all-rounder in the middle order to complement the team. Okay, so in this video we discussed what CSK bought and how the signings were, and we also discussed about what the formation should be. Overall, I think so CSK could have done a lot better in this transfer window, having set a purse of 23 crores with just 7 players to buy. That's why overall we would give them a rating of just 7 out of 10 in this transfer window. That's all from us, guys. See you next time.